Not.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, then let's continue. So, Demi, you are hunting at like threes here because this is your domain.
Yeah, also, I'm going to just tell the region, since this is my domain, and since we're not probably going to be hunting as an entire group, just to tell them to be careful, region.
I'll
Okay.
stay with. I'll be sure to stay with Michelle.
Oh, what the fuck? I can't handle you hovering over me.
I'm not
Yeah,
hovering over you.
not-
I'll just
Is there
stay there.
something
I'll just
going on?
stay there.
Is there a reason
I
that,
mean,
you seem to be very intent on Michelle?
Did I do something wrong?
no, but you. But I know you're planning something. I don't know what, but I know you're planning something.
Excuse me?
Michelle, do you have devious schemes that involve possible, death and or maiming of the regent?
You want to do this here? In front of elders of two other clans?
No.
Really? Okay, fine.
Apparently yes.
I'm perfectly fine with that. Fine, let's have it out. You are an incompetent, arrogant asshole that puts the entire fucking clan in this city in danger. And the Lord has been watching you for decades now, because with every fucking year you get crazier.
I look at Vivian and give a that little nod and a shrug, yeah, she's pretty right.
Yeah, I can't really deny this.
Nobody can.
All I've been doing is to try to ensure the clan's safety within the city. Nothing more.
Bull! Shit!
I think my liar detection just went off.
Jackalor, I need
You
you
need to
to
roll
make
this.
I need you to roll subterfuge versus the two players. And actually, Michelle as well. And she would have Auspex on because she just tried to mind read you.
Hope that you're good at lying, Jackalor.
I am. I'm not sure how good. Okay, I am well reasoned. Does that apply?
It
No,
does.
I don't think so.
think so. I don't know. I mean, that was more of a.
I mean,
It's.
it doesn't
I
matter.
don't think
to
it matters. Yeah.
I mean, it mainly matters for Demi.
Ugh.
Demi won't be able to see through you anyway. Not outright. I'm halfway tempted to give it you versus Michelle, but even that, no, she knows too much. She knows what kind of things you've been doing, even if she suspects. She's been in the fucking chantry for a while, guarding it.
Yeah, I think this one would kind of depend on the person. That sounds like a reasonable thing for a regent to say. It's not so well reasoned when it's him and you know it's him.
Yeah,
That makes sense?
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
Mainly me looking out for myself most of the time.
you two are less familiar with him, so I would say that this sounds reasonable to Demi. Epic sees through him, and Michelle sees through him. How about that?
That works.
Sure.
I just wanted to instantly go into comment because I guess we already know, we're just believing or not believing. So I just wanted to add a comment.
Yeah, you can assume that he's lying. He's Tremere, they're good at lying. You just, it's up to you. If you believe him.
I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm just gonna go I don't know exactly what, you're doing exactly in terms of defense, but isn't it better to do it, together as a clan and not just have everybody hate you? That's basically my problem.
So what exactly are you doing that has your clan seemingly worried about you right now?
Would you like to attempt a mind read, Epic?
I'm half tempted to read his mind.
Don't really care. If you want to read my mind, go right ahead.
I mean, I'm not sure. She's a Volcavian. It's like, not really. It's not. It doesn't concern either of you.
Well, you kind of brought it up.
Mainly because she is. I'm quite certain she's intent on leaving my site so she can get away from me.
She needs to get away from you?
For some reason, she believes I'm intent on killing her, but I really don't think.
You were about to sell me out to the gangrel.
No,
Yes.
no.
Hello, yes, Regent. You were
You literally know I was trying to save her life. You know this, Demi.
you were trying at the time. You could have done anybody. You just had a Vic target in mind. She could.
Yeah, but you knew I was trying to save her life very hard there.
Exactly, you had a different target in mind. And why? Why? We all know why, don't we? He reported on you. That's why. You think killing him is gonna make this go away? The Lord fucking
No,
knows.
I'm not
It's
doing
too
it because he
late to.
reported.
Right,
I was
right.
planning on giving I was planning on giving you influence or making you control share the hospitals with managing them so as to lessen the burden on the chantry. He seemed intent on taking it all for himself
He
by
was
force if
there
necessary.
for one night of he needed to get in there and fix a fucking masquerade breach. Should he have spent 2 weeks getting in there until all the mortal police and news knew about it?
No, I was. When I spoke to him about managing it as a clan, I saw through his saw that he was intending on taking it all for himself.
I believe that's a lie, Jackalor, right?
No, I do think the way you said it made it seem
Um,
like he was intent on taking it all for himself.
I mean, he was establishing
No,
firm control, not necessarily intending to
No,
keep
but
everyone else
afterwards,
out.
when I-
you're the
No,
one
when
that
after-
told him to go and do it out of character.
yes, but I'm talking about afterwards when I was talking with him about, yeah, we should manage this with the clan, and there he was like, yeah, sure. Like, yes, totally.
You are
Jackalor is
twisting
paranoid,
the
remember
truth.
that.
Yeah, you are twisting the truth. So I'm gonna give you a manipulation subterfuge at -1 difficulty versus her.
It's not reasonable, isn't he paranoid or something?
That's not actually on his sheet, that's just how he plays this character.
Wait. Really?
Yes.
Yes. I specifically didn't take paranoia.
So,
I was thinking,
Jackalor,
oh, he's fighting like that because he has paranoia.
He's used that as justification for quite a few things, but it's just how he plays the character.
well, that does sound reasonable to her. Tremere are cunts often. So, even if he did, he's in a better position to capitalize on that anyway.
Yeah, but he seemed like he was willing to get rid of you or get rid of you to do it.
Wow, that's a jump.
Yeah, but I mean,
She
It's
seems
what-
confused. Really?
yes, which is why I found him to be a liability.
Right.
That doesn't sound at all
Right
like
on.
what.
I was, and if it wasn't for the fact that Mr. Gangrel over here was so intent on getting rid of my clan from this city, I would not have even, I would not even have considered doing anything that happened tonight.
I mean, yeah, it does seem that I was a mistake. I really only had to remove you.
You know, I look at you as if I was
Okay,
just about
okay,
to go and
let's
stab you in the
calm down.
face.
Calm down.
Michelle has
down.
her hand on her revolver. She hasn't drawn it, but she's ready to. She slowly
Calm down.
releases it.
Let's talk. Let's talk like normal people. Okay, so, what exactly was the intent here of painting the target on the Tremere? Why do we need a target on the Tremere? And
Yes, why?
Michelle just looks at you.
Michelle, this is the one time I'm asking. Michelle needs to fucking play along if she doesn't want to fucking die with the rest of us.
She is. Does she have politics? Does she have intelligence? There's probably rumors about what Vivian is like going around at this point. People have worked with her. Epic, you hear a voice inside your head. You mean you don't know? This crazy fucker was gonna try and screw over the General Primogen. The rest of us have been trying to stop him and clean it up.
okay, so Regent, can you first provide your side of things? Apparently, shit's gone down while I was asleep. I have the general gist, but what's going down?
You haven't even
Um,
really talked that much to the other Malks yet, too. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
So you,
Nope,
are
but
you saying you're not telling the
I have
truth,
already
right?
managed to get the general gist that something's happened between the Gangrel and the Tremere.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's apparently causing a great amount of in-clan friction. Possibly on both sides. This is not good.
So, I was traveling this, well, whilst I was in the chantry, I had a tonight, I had a bad feeling, and it was something about the gangrel doing something.
So, what? One moment. I asked what was going on your side of things. I want you to actually explain what your intentions are and exactly what has been going on. Not necessarily tonight. I don't need anything about specifics. I just want to know what has been going down and why it's been going down. Why you feel it's been necessary, and then we'll move on to each person in general.
Do you sell out the Prince, Jackalord? That's the question. Do you confirm
You
Demi's
know I can't
fears?
You know I very well can't do that. Oh, no matter what, I can't sell out the prince. He's like my lifeline here. Like literally, if the prince decided to drop me, I'd be fucking dead pretty much. Fucking hell.
At this point, I will actually be trying to read his mind if at all possible.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
What's your current willpower, Jackalord?
7. I haven't spent any willpower yet.
Okay. Epic, you may roll.
Alright, I will actually spend a willpower point on this.
Well, you have to penetrate at all, and you can't spend
Oh
two
yeah,
at the
that's
same
right.
time.
I do have to spend one to even try and penetrate it. Okay. See, that was intelligence subterfuge, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Difficulty is 7. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I get it fairly deep in there.
you peer into the mind. You don't see the event itself, but you see how he has been plotting to essentially twist it to his advantage and mostly avoid the fallout. And you know that the prince was involved in some way. You just wouldn't necessarily know specifically what they did, but you see what they've been doing essentially to try and spin it from his point of view.
Okay.
Okay.
There apparently was this rumor about about some apparently from Malkavian that that the prince had attacked the had attacked Halfdan here.
Okay, and with
Or
that,
tried
you
to.
see the image of what they were doing float to the top of his mind, because now he's thinking about it.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I mean, best part is Halfdan doesn't actually know anything about what actually happened.
Nope. I only got a fucking warning.
So he doesn't actually know
Okay.
if anything actually happened. But yeah, anyway. But ever since there have been apparently getting more gangrel into the city, which has been escalating the situation.
Cue to
Okay,
tonight,
An
where there were
escalation.
just like three gangrel that he didn't know there, just confronting him and the prince, like kill them all now, essentially scree.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just gonna stop the region in his track of
Nope,
you know.
nope. She raises her hand at Halfdan. Let him speak.
Okay.
So, escalated the situation. Why do you feel that the situation had escalated at this point?
Well, I think the gangrel popping into my car and saying hello isn't making things better, especially when all of
Yes,
them meet
that
up
happened
when the prince.
before. I was there
Yeah,
for that. I
but
tried to assist.
yeah, especially when when the prince arrives to speak with them at the second time, they start throwing around wild accusations that end up at one of the Tremere having gone and dominated the prince, Halfdan, and
Not the
Halfdan.
prince, just Halfdan.
Well, no, yeah,
Because
dominated Halfdan into thinking that the prince was attacking him, and then making him essentially try and start a civil war, so as to get at me by having so as to get at me by having Havda not want to start a civil war and thus target Tremere, and in this case, the one who apparently the Gangrel clan hates, being the first primary target of that. Of course, considering that the entirety of the rest of the Gangrel bought the story, thanks to our Havdan here. I was forced in a position where I had to give up someone, or the entire chantry would burn. I would be killed on the spot. I would be killed on the spot, and there would be nothing left but ashes.
yeah, you can see that with the way this has worked out and with what he has actually done, Halfdan essentially saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm trying to
Yep.
put it in a way that made it like this is not my
Yes.
fault, but yeah,
Yes.
the way since you can read my mind, you know what's actually going on.
Yep. Okay. So, all right. I think I get what happened. All right. So, suppose we should work around the circle for a little bit before we get to me. So, Michelle, your side.
Is she
Um,
gonna say? What is she gonna do now? That's the real question.
well, all of you can tell that she's lying, but she says that essentially it's mostly true, but the regent has been aggravating everyone and has given everyone good cause to distrust him. And it would be better if he stopped doing that. Please, thank you very much. She's not visibly selling out the clan, essentially. She's trying very hard not to.
Okay.
But, she already fingered him to you, so, she just did it in a way that wasn't visible to the others necessarily.
All right. Then, all done. Your side of things.
Well, to really go from my side and why there's actually more gangrel, would you mind, Vivian, if I kind of tell what happened exactly after you got your chest blown up?
I don't particularly mind myself. Just need to get a general overview of things,
Right.
particularly,
Well,
especially
I
with
was.
things going on like morning arriving.
Well, I'd have to personally thank Valda for this. After you, yeah, had went into torpor, we took Byron down and took you back to my place, basically, me and Valda. And as I was trying to sort of keep you there, sort of, in safety, Valda comes to me and says, "We need to leave." Uh, and seeing what happened prior to that, I could only assume that something's bad's going to happen. So I trusted Valda, and we left, and we also relocated you into there. And yes, this is my part to blame as well, but I was finicky with my emotions at that time. I had Archie send help to get help because as it seemed as danger was approaching me, and right then and there, allies were thin. So yes, I am to blame for that. But I could only assume the worst, and the sense of I felt my danger could have been endangered by the prince and the Tremere.
Actually, that's a lie. You only saw you only knew the prince.
No. I'm saying in the danger sense. You guys, I know this out of character. I know previously that you guys are kind of intertwined and together. And seeing as you both
Yeah,
came
but
at
like,
me fucking,
Well, yes, he knows he knows that now. So he's editing. Either way, he is trying to spin things, so he will need to roll a subterfuge roll anyway.
It is still a type of spinning, so.
Actually, I'm actually questioning right now. What exactly am I spinning?
You're leaving a few things out that you knew, because you knew there was some kind of an attack coming, and at the time you had good reason to think that you were gonna get shanked, and that it was gonna erupt into total hell. You're trying
Yeah.
to really blame yourself for it and claim that you were overreacting, when in fact it wasn't that much of an overreaction.
If anything, it was
Okay.
pretty reasonable.
Okay, yeah, in fair of that, I am kind of blaming myself because now I have to deal with all the gangrel and try not to get both the prince and Tremere killed. So yeah, I guess should I roll manipulation subterfuge or charisma subterfuge? What fits better?
It'd be like a charisma subterfuge, I think.
You think?
Yeah, probably.
I
honestly.
would almost think so. He's not really trying to
Okay,
manipulate
fine.
us. He's literally just blaming himself. But
Mhm.
it is a twist of the truth.
Yeah. Okay, Demi, another question. Did you start with 3 non-clan status, or did you take it down for the reason? Because I thought you had 4.
No. You gave me 3 clan status.
Uh-huh.
Remember when we all finished
Yes.
our backgrounds?
No,
you
I
gave
mean your
everybody
normal status.
3? Yeah. Oh no, my normal status was also 3.
Okay.
Didn't know about 4.
Alright. Fair enough.
So charisma subterfuge say difficulty for this?
6, I would say.
Okay. I'm guessing that's enchanting voice is just basically a non-needed here. So yeah, I'll go with 6.
Actually, make it a 5.
Okay.
Because it would, you are trying to distract.
Love it.
Don't worry, I'm positive that I got this.
I guess I should roll as well. My roll.
Mhm.
5 fucking dice. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 4 for you. Michelle has Auspex
Oh,
Prodigy.
Lol. I literally can't tell.
Yep.
My shit dice.
You know, yes,
have
but you can
stupid
see
dice.
Michelle, and the look on her face says it all. It's like, yeah, no, not buying that one.
With how much we got over him, we probably understand that it was far more reasonable of a reaction than
Yeah,
what he's
he
trying to portray.
he's trying to essentially be the peacemaker.
Okay, we're going to need a private space. Apparently, we're going to need to talk for a little while. Uh, how important is it for Michelle? If you go back to the chantry, are you going to be running off somewhere or anything like that?
Well, yes, I will be going through the mirror to the lodge chantry to report.
All right. So, William,
I was like, you see this? This is why. I was thinking, what?
William,
Uh,
how important is this to you that she doesn't go and report everything to the Lord?
Well, it would be for the. It would be in my best interest if I I was the one who told what had happened.
Michelle just
Well, I'm
snorts.
going
You missed that
to have to
train
give you
by...
a bit of a choice then, William. Um, we're going to be going it somewhere and talking about various very sensitive topics to try and reach some form of agreement. If you want her there, she'll have to be part of it, and she'll have access to that information, particularly.
I look at her. You did that of me, won't you?
Literally everyone in the chantry has been spying on you for decades. Literally
I'm
everyone.
aware. I'm aware. Think this is you think I believe this is a new development?
She very diplomatically keeps silent. You can see the effort of holding it in.
Yeah, others probably going to have to start rolling frenzy at this point.
Yeah, I'm sorry, William. There isn't too much of an easy way out of, one way or the other here. The way that things have fallen here. So,
Speak of fire and brimstone if that is what you must.
So I'm going back. You're gonna go with them?
Yes, this is sadly something I cannot not be a part of.
Well, I'll let you know who you were last seen with alive if they kill you.
I really doubt they will kill me.
She just
Other gang relics they find me.
She just shrugs and starts walking away. She's past fear. She has been terrified shitless so many times this night that she no longer gives a fuck. It's been burned out of her.
yeah. All right. Well, Michelle, have a good night. I hope things go better for you.
Watch as she gets ambushed by the fucking gangrel and gets torn to pieces.
Actually, Jackalord, roll a luck die marker.
Fuck.
Here,
Fuck.
I'll even give you some help. I'll make sure to watch over you while you get out. We'll go find a spot.
As they're all going away, I'm just gonna go and find some juicy victims, juicy hounds.
Okay. So what is William and Vivian doing?
I think we're going to go find like either a shack or somewhere that's private.
Okay, and
Yeah.
you are
We're going to need a
keeping
talk.
clairvoyance on Michelle, right?
Yep. Mainly, I'm actually kind of relying on him to find us a spot in, Demi's domain, unless he finds us a spot real quick first.
Yeah,
We
unless
can
they-
go to my place if need be.
Is your place surrounded by Gangrel and possibly going to kill Jack? I don't think that's a good spot for negotiations.
Fair enough.
Neither do I.
So yeah, do you know of a shack or something that you can point us to real quick?
There's probably a few in the park that you could break into relatively easily.
Yeah, I'll just lead them there, and just say
Alright.
that I'll be around the
And
park
I'll keep
somewhere.
clairvoyance on the Michelle to make sure that no one tries to go and kill her on the way back to their chantry.
Okay, at the edges of what would be considered gangrel territory, you see someone just pull up behind her and get out of the car.
Do I probably don't recognize him. Probably someone
Yeah,
new.
no, it's actually someone with a driver. He gets out from the back. You see him just casually going towards Michelle. You know, lengthening his step to catch up.
I'm going to send a thought over to him. I'm sorry, but the Tremere over there needs to make it back to her chantry.
You see him looking around. What's your intelligence subterfuge, actually? Because...
Total is at 7, exactly.
Okay. And
You
you're
know,
trying to
intelligence
auto-succeed on
subterfuge.
this, I assume.
Total is 8. Yep.
Okay, and total is at 8. Okay, yeah, then he's looking around, trying to figure out where it's coming from.
Oh, apologies. This is Vivian. You're probably new around here, or probably one of those new gangrel. Haven't met you yet.
Looking. He's no longer following her. Do you wish to switch the side to him? Because he's gonna pass out of sight pretty soon.
Yeah, don't worry. Me and Halfdan are going to be Halfdan will tell you about me in a moment. I'm trying to keep track of her. Goodbye.
You just saved someone's skin there. You literally saved her from a good fucking clawing. If he had figured out she was a Tremere and thought no one was watching, there was gonna be claw work there.
Oh, there's someone watching. Vivian is watching.
Always.
Gets back in the car with a curse. Keeps driving. Mother... God damn it. What the actual fuck?
Elders! Elder Malkavians, even funner.
And you're the only one that knows he's in town.
Yep. I should be able to recognize whoever he is and everything.
You
But right now I'm presuming
Yeah,
New
once
Gangrel.
you
So.
see him, yes, you will be able to recognize him. Actually, give me an intelligence politics roll. Because you might
give
have
you an-
heard of him. He is not necessarily a complete nobody.
Well, let's give it a shot.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Oh yeah. You've definitely heard of him. He's Maxim Voronian, and he is most definitely a gangrel, and a very respected gangrel who has been alive for a couple of centuries now. Originally from Russia, and moved to the New World because probably needed a bigger band. And with 3 successes, you know that he has a reputation. He kind of tries to make himself into the perfect predator, and you know, essentially a little bit of a gangrel supremacist. But to the point where he has taken the effort to also perfect some social skills to be able to effectively battle on that arena as well.
I see.
He's not necessarily someone you want in this situation, but he's apparently arrived to quote unquote help.
Okay, I would have made that just a little bit more, Malkavian creepiness by, mentioning "Welcome to the city," so and so. Sorry, this one needs to, get back over to where they're going. Yeah, I'll meet you eventually. Don't worry. Nice to meet you. Name's Vivian.
Yeah, he is unhappy with this introduction.
This was supposed to be a covert operation.
Vivian's just breaking everyone's covert operations, apparently.
I mean, he wasn't really trying to hide. It was just like, oh, hey, a vampire. I can ask her where people are. Oh, you're a Tremere? Well, fuck you then. That's more or less how it was gonna go.
Yeah. I saved lives. Yay. It's great.
So,
Oh.
how does it feel to be next to the Gangrel territory Demi? Or sorry, Jackalor, I should say.
Fuck Gangrel.
Yeah.
Will someone lit the beacons?
I mean, if I had the power and Demi wasn't the fucking Gangrel Primogen, I'd be burning them all down. Just fuck the Gangrel.
Yeah, I think at this
Okay.
point, with this dude arriving, that would be very hard.
Sadly, yes.
So, yes,
sorry.
me, Halvdan, and the other. I will tell Halvdan, apparently another arrival in the city for you.
Halvdan isn't here, I
Fuck
think.
with the Russian.
At that point.
He's sending me a thought.
Oh.
I'll send it once she gets the chantry. I'll go and send you a thought real quick.
Okay.
I'd like
I'm
to
gonna
ask if did she make it back to the Chantry?
She
Yep.
did.
To waylay some people, but it's fine.
Wait, who?
Don't worry about it.
I'm very worried about this.
Apparently, taking a walk through Gangrel territory is not healthy for Tremere these days.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it never was.
But, okay. We do need to talk.
Okay, Demi,
All
roll
right.
your hunting thing at... It is... You have, what, 4 dice of domain?
Yeah, it was just difficulty 3. That's what we said. It's charisma
This
expansion
is
difficulty 3.
pretty early, so we'll make it a 4. Usually you hunt it earlier in the night where more people were out.
Fair enough. Okay. So that's 3 people, I think?
Yeah,
Something like that.
2 from each, so 6.
so you are using bars for this, right?
Yeah, mostly.
I would say that you would be slightly buzzed from this. So,
Okay.
Especially.
you can pick out the ones that aren't too horribly drunk, but
But
those are
less
few and
likely
far
are.
between, so I'm gonna give you at least a 1 minus to intelligence and dexterity for alcohol.
Good old Demi getting drunk again. Never change.
I can make
So
you some
while
blood
he
with
goes
my
out and
hand.
hunts, me and William will need to have a talk. Okay. I know what the situation is.
This is where the squeeze comes,
So-
Jackalor, prepared to give up some boons.
No. Well, maybe. Depends how this goes. We really need to talk. You apparently view us as a threat. That's really not what we're trying to do or anything like that.
Really didn't seem like that at the table.
Yeah, I apologize if that's how you viewed
Nor
it.
at the time when all those Macavians appeared out of nowhere.
That was because the prince had went and, managed to rile up a small army and moved into Gangrel territory. I just want to make sure that, nothing too bad happened. That was it.
So it was your doing, Dan.
I'm Malkavian. I think we're all part of that, yeah.
Okay.
Jackalor.
Just, I don't care. Yeah.
Give me a intelligence occult at 7.
Sure. 12 dice. Kindred blow replies.
Yes.
Okay. 7. Yeah,
Oh,
that's 5
5
successes.
Yeah, you are apparently one of the few people that has intimately educated himself on the Madness Network, that it's a thing and you know the kind of things it can sometimes do.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, she essentially pinned her. You just pinned yourself as being the one that actually called them all there.
Doesn't matter if she told any one of them, any could have passed the message on, and there's a lot of them in town.
Yeah, but still, it's kind of like he's essentially saying that he wanted that to happen because he'd know. He'd probably know what it means. He's an honorable Kiwian, for fuck's sake. You know what that does, right?
Well, you know that it's kind of like a hive mind thing. It's not always conscious either.
Yeah, but still, the way she responded, yeah, definitely does. She wanted it to happen.
Just responding in the way that she would, go with it. She's not thinking that, he's thinking that she went and summoned them.
Yeah, but
stating what the-
it's kind of funny. Like, he believes you summoned them there, and then he asked her to confirm that, and you essentially said that, yeah, it sounded like, yeah, I did summon them there. I wanted them there.
To you, it
Yes.
did.
Yes,
Yeah.
but he's paranoid. So, you know.
But they weren't there to try and accelerate the conflict or anything. It was to even the forces going on, so that nobody ended up actually trying to take advantage of anything. Either side.
You know how that looks like, right?
All things are needed sometimes.
Are you siding?
I'm sorry, but
yeah, but I'm
there
asking you
was a
right
lot of
now.
people
Are you
coming
going?
in.
Are you with Havdan on everything? All that's. Are you with Havdan the sheriff? Trying to start some kind of fucking anarch state or whatever it is you anarchs want.
I don't think Halfdan's intending to do anything of the sort. You've made some rather interesting observations.
Well, why
Do you
were
always
more,
think of the worst case scenario?
should keep it in mind.
Certainly, keeping it in mind is one thing.
I'm well aware, Chris. Just don't, please, not yet.
So, look,
Anyway,
we need to clarify some things. Definitely not trying to do any kind of anarch state or any bullshit like that. I would never agree to such a thing in the first place.
well,
That generally
what were
means
you
things like
saying?
civil war, revolts, people dying. I don't
Exactly,
at all.
which is why I wonder why you were so intent on working with the Gangrel and making sure they had a very strong position in the city.
Wasn't particularly about them trying to be in a strong position, to be honest.
But you sure as
It
hell
was
were working.
mostly about them just trying to keep some form of a balance of powers. When people are
Yes.
happy, they tend to not try and go and start civil wars or revolts. I mean, that's
You
partly
also
why I
did
was
this
so
while blocking
approving of the sheriff being in his position.
You
If
also
he
did
does
this.
try and start anything, he's going to be locked down by the fact that he is in a high position in this Camarilla city.
Yes, I'm aware. That is why I also wanted him to be the sheriff. However, you seemed incredibly intent on making sure I couldn't have any power at all.
Not at all. I just wanted to avoid you particularly. I'm sorry. You have a reputation. I really dislike it.
I just want some goddamn stability and peace for once.
I think
What's have to?
the implication that that's all you want is a lie. I'm gonna need you to roll, Jackalor.
Mainly it's peace and stability for me.
Yes, or for him to read the subtext there. You are acting semi-well reasoned, so I'll give you the specialty, but it is a roll.
It's fine. I'm mainly just trying to like.
Yes, you're trying to lawyer. It's fine. Your
I'm still
complaints are taken into
trying
account.
to- Wow, that's actually 7 successes.
You have a lot of 10s all the time.
Yeah,
Slightly annoying,
apparently.
but I don't
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
fucking matter.
You have something like insightful, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah, you see the caveats, peace and stability. For me. Etc.
So he wants power, things like that, etc.
Yeah, you sidelined him too much and he got desperate. All this pie being eaten and he's getting none of it.
So, what you really want is generally to try and gain, some amount of power while trying to keep yourself safe and in a stable place.
Yes, that's. I have my clan to look out for.
I
and-
apologize for putting you into a position that you felt like you were being sidelined. But we're not we're not trying to be your enemies. We just felt that, with your reputation and such, having so much power would be more detrimental to the city than it would be helpful.
We're sorry we're sidelined you, but we thought it was best to sideline you.
Yeah, it's like not helping the situation at all, Epic.
It's
That
not
doesn't
about
sound
helping the
any.
situation. It's explaining our sides.
That doesn't sound any better. You know.
You don't know how to negotiate if that's what you think. I
Look,
really need you to
if you
explain
want to
your
make
position.
sure that if you want to make sure that I don't have any power in the city ever, then say it rather than just going around and I mean we're just trying to make what's for the best.
Oh, apparently you took that the wrong way again, too. I'm not trying to prevent you from having any power in the city or anything like that. I'm just trying to avoid you having positions that would end up being detrimental to the city. I don't have a problem with you having the hospitals or anything like that.
But you shouldn't. The gangrel didn't need to be so goddamn close to my chantry. Like really?
Honestly, I didn't really care about that. I didn't put them there with the thought of like trying to contain your Tremere or anything like that. That just happens to be where a park is.
No, it's Navarre mainly. Look. It's essentially looking like the beginnings of surrounding, especially with the Bruja there.
Yeah, really does. Ever notice it looked like a penis too? Oh, wait,
No,
no.
damn it, Epic.
Wait, what?
Epic, you can't use my insights.
What? He's like literally. What?
Dracula,
Don't worry about it. Not
do you
important.
have your aspects on?
Yes.
Roll with self-control at 4. Do not short circuit. Because that was unexpected.
I felt it was very appropriate. Sorry, Debbie.
You see him just blink. You're fine. Your mind managed to adapt.
Okay. Whatever, but again, that's. He's just face palming at this point. Like, what? What? What?
Sorry, that wasn't important. But yes. So what do you want exactly besides just general things?
I just want the gangrel to just back off already and stop being so. But it's already too late. I'm going to have to do kill someone now.
So, what you really want is for the Gangrel to try and stop going after the Tremere and such, despite the fact that you have some really bad history with them.
Yes, and which is especially why it was inconvenient for them to be so close.
Alright,
Increasing
so
tension.
you're
It
worried
increased
about how
tension.
close they are. You're worried about because of the history you have with the Gangrel. What you really wanted to try and do was eliminate any kind of possibility that they'd just come straight at you or anything like that.
Yeah, and especially now with the more gangrel arriving every single day. Apparently, it's
Yeah, that's becoming a bit of an issue too.
can't wait for for civil war to spark because of all this.
It's your fault to fucking blame, you piece of shit.
That's not what matters. It doesn't matter if it was my fault.
Demi,
I'm
not
You're
Actually,
not-
correct on this.
Demi.
In a way, it isn't. It isn't the fact that it's his fault.
yeah.
The fact that it is a civil war.
Also, Demi, here's the fun part. It's nothing has been proven in a princely court. He's never been convicted,
Yeah.
innocent until proven guilty.
Motherfucker.
And essentially, especially since you essentially absolved me of any guilt, there you have to go back on your word not once but twice.
Yeah, Demi, if you do that at this point, you can't avoid losing a point of clan status at the very least.
That'd be like a lot of status, honestly.
So what you're trying to do right now is shift the blame to one of your other Tremere, who is actually probably more or less innocent of most of these accusations, but
Yes.
technically go through with this.
You probably,
say?
since the event did pop up, you would have caught a glimpse of that dude excusing himself from the attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering at least Michelle is pretty loyal and the others in the chantry are hamstrung. Think anything are either hamstrung or too important to risk. Leonard was
So-
the only real option I had at the table.
You've made a very, very disappointing situation. So, what you really want is to try and gain some power, have some peace, try and just sit in your chantry doing your stuff without any kind of interference in general. But not only is the interference coming from our side, it's coming from your side.
What do you mean, my side?
The other Tremere,
Oh.
you want to move somewhere else?
I can't move the chantry, and it's
Not the Chantry, but if you really want peace and to gain, a good amount of power in general, the easiest move would to really be to go and find your own domain. It would be
Which
weird.
the inner council originally decided not to give to the Tremere.
yes.
Yep. That can be up for debate. That's fine. But this would be a personal domain, not like a Tremere domain. There's a big difference.
to an extent, but it would still be seen as strengthening Clan Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. That what you want? Do you want to go and live somewhere else where the Tremere wouldn't be looking over you, where the Gangrel wouldn't be so near you?
As regent, I kinda have duties to stay in the chantry. It would be grounds for the Lord to simply evict me. And she has had interest in evicting me for a long
Would
time.
eviction really be that bad in your situation?
It would mean death.
So what he's essentially telling you is he has fucked up for so long, and the Tremere have so much dirt on him that they're gonna off him the moment they can get away with it, just to avoid the possibility of it coming to the surface.
So your chantry is your cage.
It is my cage and my pride. Monument of my failures and successes.
Pretty crappy
I'm trying
monument.
to think of a way for this to work out, but it's really tough.
Yeah, telling the Gangrel to move at this point, it's gonna be like... what?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
It's
I'm
gonna
saying
be...
that as well. No.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
entire
that's
clan
what
is
I want you to
They
essential.
need someone. They need someone to attack, and you've already propped something up at least. The bigger
Yes.
issue, in some ways, to her is that you've propped up somebody that's actually pretty much innocent of all of this.
Yeah, the
I
Gangrel,
mean-
if you try to fuck them off from killing even a neonate Tremere at this point, is just gonna go collectively go, you what, mate?
It would pretty
Well,
much be
that's-
civil war at that point.
Fairly out of her hands. They really do need something to try and tide over the hate and anger from the Gangrel, who currently just call for blood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
At that point, for dramatic purposes, how that matters, I'm sorry from outside the door. Emmy, are you okay with that?
I'm not at the gentry anyways, but
No, we're not at the chantry.
oh wait,
Yeah,
didn't you
we're-
guys go to the gentry?
They went
No,
to
we-
a shed in the
no.
park, so you essentially know where to go after you're done hunting. They just went there
Yeah,
first.
you're just gonna take a while.
You can,
Okay.
at this point, more or less show up whenever.
Yeah, saying I'm sorry at the and listening into the doors sounds like a thing I do, especially now that I'm also a bit tipsy.
Oh yeah. I suppose Halfdan, you can come in.
I come in.
Drifting like a
Alright.
fell mist.
Oh. Okay, so what can we do with the Gangrel in the city?
How many are there at this point anyway? Do you know?
No one knows. They just keep coming.
Let me
Yep.
let me count it out. Me.
You've met
Archie,
five.
there's two. Yeah, there's 5 of us.
Plus the one you don't
Six.
know about.
I'm I'm
Yeah.
talking about 5. The 2 people that came. Oh yeah, actually, I forgot about Frank as well. There's 1, 2, 3, 6 of us.
And
7
then
counting
you
half
die.
Dan.
No, 6 of us. No. Francis, Fred, Frank, Kristen, Archie, and me. That's 6. I don't know about
Yeah,
this.
there's
guy.
one unknown, and I did tell you about him, so.
Well, there
That's
was a guy. He had a
Alright,
driver,
so-
didn't he?
He did have a driver.
So up to 8
7 and a half.
Probably a goal. That or there's 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so 7, possibly 8 gangrel in town.
And I've already
Alright.
met some. Some of them.
I mean,
Really
look
want
at it
somebody.
this way. I mean, now you can control all that fat territory. Pretty easily, too.
Okay, so the first thing, Alvden, have you sent out anything to stop them from coming anymore?
I don't believe he can.
Should be able to.
Too. Archie was the one who went, so we have to probably see with Archie. He's the main messenger, it seems.
See if you can't talk to him. You really don't need to turn this into a gangrel city.
Might be too late.
I wasn't trying to. I didn't think.
You
I'm
didn't
sorry.
think what?
I'm sorry.
Now, William, your reputation is just horrible, as well as your general actions most of the time. But we really do need to try and find some way for you to actually keep going.
Okay.
More gag will show up.
Carry on.
So, well, I know what your general intentions and such are now. While I know that, is there any kind of compromise you're willing to try and go with?
I'm fine with anything that doesn't end up with me dead and my chantry ruined.
So, as long as the chantry is fine and you aren't dead, things will be alright?
Yes, I'll be able to get back, but
I'm
But you
pretty sure
generally
it's gonna
want
be
more
bad.
if at all possible, right?
Checolord, give
Yes,
me a
preferably-
intelligence politics roll.
how many politics? I think I only had like one.
As long as you have it at all, you're good to roll. You
Yeah,
had
mainly
one.
looking at how many dice I have. Difficulty?
6. What's your intelligence?
Creative. It's mainly for other things. Yes.
Okay, you are pretty sure that there is an unspoken implied, minimum level of security, competence, etc. for
Yeah,
a
but I can place
chantry.
yeah.
And the problem is, you already don't have any actual ghouls guarding the place during daytime. And if you lose 1 or 2 vampires, that might be enough to put you below that minimum where the Lord can just go, you're not protecting
Yeah,
our
but
assets.
Yeah, but I can indeed replace those.
If you have to replace those, though, it would be important to do so as quickly as possible, because that's something that can be used against you.
Notably, I will be needing replacements for any losses, any losses in manpower I have.
That's a big difference between
Pretty
anything
quickly.
is okay as long as the chantry stands, and I
Yeah.
need replacements for any
Yeah,
new
but
ghouls.
essentially, it's I need to have the same situation as I am now, if at all possible.
The exact same situation.
As in protection for the chantry for clan reasons.
So what you're saying is that what you really need is to stay regent, gain the trust of the other Tremere, somehow get the gangrel to back down.
Effectively.
Oh no.
As a minimum?
You hear a voice from the door. Elder? Are you in there? The birds seem to think you are here.
I'm just gonna clumsily open up the door. Hello?
I think this is before he opens the door. I'd be like, look at Vivian. Who is this guy?
He looks past you, sees
Okay.
there are other people in there. I wasn't planning to disturb you for long, Elder. I just wanted to inform you that I had arrived.
I recognize the guy.
Oh
New
yes,
guy.
it's the new guy.
I have one
Oh.
intelligence. Should I roll for this, or do I already know him?
Roll intelligence politics if you have politics at
I don't have
5.
politics.
Then you
Can
can
I
roll
roll
intel.
intelligence politics?
Yes, you can roll intelligence politics at 6. Demi, roll intelligence alertness at 7.
Okay, instead of that, okay.
Oh fuck! I know who the guy is.
Yep, he is among the other clans. You have no idea,
Oh,
Demi.
wait, my bad. Wait, no,
You-
my bad. I have one less intelligence.
Okay, then reroll. Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, you've heard about him. Apparently, he's someone the other clans consider one of the more respected gangrel. He talks with the other, well, essentially with the normies a lot. Draclord, yeah, you've heard about him as much as, more or less as much as Vivian has, and he's definitely a cutthroat asshole, and among the other clans, more respected than Havdan, in fact. You have no idea of his position necessarily in the internal hierarchy, but
Can I
there's a
attempt to-
good chance.
Yeah. Can I attempt to inform the Demi, Halfdan about who he is?
I don't worry about him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't.
I'm just gonna.
Which,
So I just know.
which-
I just know that
Essentially.
he's pretty well known, but I don't know his name. Do I? Or do I?
Yeah,
know
but
I told
I'll
you
tell
his
him
name.
who it
I
is.
gave you your message.
the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Essentially,
but I'd-
you know that he. Draclord, are you really gonna drop into a fucking exposition with the dude standing right
Sorry.
there? You can
guess go
just.
ahead.
Vivian will just put her hand up at you and just kind of wave you down.
I'd be trying to use telepathy for it, not actually
Okay.
tell him.
Then, okay, sure. Demi, in your, I'll call adult brain, you feel an info dump just start pouring in. And you know who this guy is. Apparently, from the point of view of the other clans, he's, if not necessarily the most powerful gangrel, he's one of the more competent and respected ones. Even more so than you personally, among the normies. Not necessarily in clan, or you probably would have definitely heard more about him.
I'm gonna go like, hey, Maxim, right? I've heard a lot about you. And then I give him a good handshake.
Yes, hello, who are your companions?
I'm gonna get up, walk over. Hi, I'm Vivian.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
Vivian.
Oh, you spoke to me earlier. Oh, what a pleasure to
Yes,
meet you.
Pleased to meet you. Yep.
I'm gonna need appearance or manipulation intimidation from both sides here, whichever happens to be higher epic. Because I feel like there is a certain amount of you better not cross me here from both sides.
Appearance or what?
Appearance or manipulation, whichever is higher for you.
It would be manipulation. Don't exactly have the greatest at it, but hey, it's all goods.
You can actually, for creepiness, roll at 5.
Oh, cool. 5. I feel like I just need. Nah, fuck it. I don't care if he cares too much about me.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you see him stare into Vivian's eyes, and a few moments later, he doesn't quite take half a step back, but you see him lean back and smile a bit nervously.
And that's William.
I think I need to
I
roll.
stand up.
Oh, William.
Yes.
The guest of honor
Good to-
himself.
Yes. Good to
Mhm.
meet you,
Yep.
Mr. Voronin.
That what a fortuitous meeting, just the people I was looking for.
I am
All in
certain
one
of
place.
it.
Ah, now only if the prince was present.
Yeah, nah, he's not
I'm
here.
sure he's having his fun.
I'm sure he is.
So yeah,
Come,
welcome
sit
to the
down,
city.
sit down.
He's certainly gonna take you up on that and make his way inside.
So, well, what brought you here?
Well, the clan is mildly concerned that apparently people think they can kill our elders with impunity. Not a good thing to be happening. I figured I'd poke my nose in it, see if I could help. I
Well,
take it I'm not the
you
first
almost-
here.
No, no, you're not. We've had Fred and Francis as well. Good people.
Fred and
almost think he was
Francis.
Corbett or something in battle. Oh well. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the city. There is plenty of domain for the gangrels to find a spot and make a home. Well, need to get an arrangement with, but hey.
At the moment, he's just looking at the William. Eyes, even as he's
I am
speaking,
looking back.
the whole time on him. You know, that smile, it just has. It's one of those that has just a few too many teeth in it, you know?
I'll give him one that has just as many.
Stop the alpha mailing. You have morning coming up soon.
Jackalor, roll manipulation intimidation.
Patient dice than I do.
Uh,
He does.
He's slightly better than me.
Demi, even through the haze of alcohol, you can feel the tension in the air.
I get. God damn it.
I,
Okay.
I look at Vivian and with those eyes like, should we explain? What do we do?
We were about to be over for the night anyway. Look, we'll try and see about trying to settle the situation.
Doesn't say anything. Still looking, listening.
Hey,
I'm gonna get up
William?
and just go. Okay, I think it's been enough for one night. Maxim, you can stay here at the park if you want. You can go down to Fairgrounds, Navarre, or whatnot. I'm gonna go home. It's getting.
I'm going to ask you, Havdan, if you'd escort me to the edge of your domain, it wouldn't be good to see me simply trespassing here.
Fine.
Just like a bitch.
well, I suppose I'm going to be going too. Maxim, did you want to come on? We
I
can
was
talk and see about
planning
introducing
to.
you to the city.
I do not mind. I had planned to sink into the ground somewhere here in the park, so I can spare a little more time.
Oh, cool. That's always interested me. How does that feel?
Depends on how polluted it is. Tastes like shit if it's just filled with chemicals, but you take what you can get.
By the way, I probably will have protein 3, in this ground before. How does it taste like? Is it good,
It
bad?
it's not the worst you've had. It's pretty decent, but there is some pollution in here. Yes.
It's not any forest, but it's good, it's decent, livable.
Good to know. Well, you need to take someone home in time for their bedtime, I guess, Elder. So,
I need to get to my bedtime too, eventually. But
Come
yeah,
on,
if you want to
William.
walk with me, I can give you a quick overview of the city and, things like that real quick before you go meet the prince.
yes, I was gonna do that tomorrow night.
Come on, William. Time to tuck you in the chantry.
I look at you with a deadly glare.
I smile back with a happy smile.
Kakalor, I think I will have you roll for Frenzy at difficulty 4. Because everyone's
on.
been picking on you tonight.
I haven't been trying to pick on him. I've been trying
Yes,
to
but
verify.
from his point of view, especially with Michelle previously rebelling against him, which is always a bad sign for Tremere regions.
He's good.
Yeah,
I
you're
have good
you're
support
certainly
for no
good.
reason.
Why
While
again did
getting
you make
out,
this kind of character, Jack? Fuck.
while
I
getting
care.
up, turning away from I'm probably gonna give myself a nice little inside smile and chuckle, and then we just proceed to go forward, leading him out.
Okay, so since we need to take a break at this point,
Yep.
Epic, can you give me in 2 or 3 quick sentences what kind of an info dump you're giving Maxim as he escorts you to the Malk territory?
Generally, I'm trying to give him a, overview of where people's current domains are, what options his clan might provide him, where the prince is, where to avoid because, X people live there.
You don't know about
Besides
the
that,
werewolves yet, I think.
nope, I don't.
Okay.
So besides that, just really a quick brief, you know. So yeah, the gangrel are coming in droves right now. The prince, you know, one or two versions that involved him coming over. Really quick and brief political rundown of the current situation too.
Yeah, and he would essentially share the things that are common knowledge amongst the gangrel. Essentially, there's a civil war that's happening or about to happen. The prince tried to kill their elder, and that shit is not gonna fly. And they're just coming here to make sure that everyone knows that that kind of shit has very real consequences if you try it.
She will say that the thing that she particularly is trying to go for is achieving some form of peace in this city.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to calm down the situation if at all possible.
Okay. Give
so
me
yeah.
a charisma expression at 7 for all that, because this goes against his personal beliefs about how things need to be handled. But you have a chance to essentially try and change his opinion in a significant way.
And a willpower point.
Right.
Changing opinions is what I want to do. 6. Expression, right? So
Yes, expression.
8, 7. And I think I even have, I think it was it eloquent for charisma? Let me double check.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, eloquent.
since he is essentially talking to you as he would to another noble, yeah, I'd say eloquent would apply to
4 successes.
Yes, so he seems a little less on edge when he escorts you, so he might not do something stupid for a couple of weeks before, he decides that it's time to move. He's at the very least willing, or seems willing, to wait it out and watch and see and figure out how to best react instead of taking up, outright warfare stance. Essentially, he's gonna
Yay!
play politics with this.
Defusing situation. Yay. God.
Alright, and on that, I'm gonna split it and we can take a break. So, everyone,
Yeah.
quick bite to eat,
I'm
something
gonna
to
be
drink,
back in
etc.
probably half an hour, so that should be that.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
That is a
Bacon,
long time.
how about you?
No, I can't continue.
Well, I'm gonna take at least 2 or 3 minutes to grab a glass of water, but I do have a couple
Be
more
right back.
meetings that are gonna happen in the following night, so yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be back.
Just do
as
the
well.
ones that don't
Myself.
include me. Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's fine.